Everyone, my name is Brian, and today we're going to talk about why I think grit is the only determinator of success. For a little background, I, for the longest time, believed talent was the only determining factor of success. As someone who was born with a lot of talent and full arrogance when I was young, perhaps like other young Korean kids, but like kids in general, my parents told me that I was super smart. People around me told me I was super smart. I was very articulate, good with words, good with people, phenomenal at making friends and leading the charge. A lot of talent-oriented words. Over time, I have looked back, thought about the things that I've ended up being actually good at, and recognized that in most cases, success and accomplishment, and if not all cases, have come from my ability to put my butt on the ground and persist. In fact, the things that I didn't do those things for, I did not succeed and I didn't feel accomplished in. I think a lot of times when you're overly talented in something, especially from a very early age, and there you don't have a active coach or someone that can mentor you, or parents that can really guide you and encourage you to try new things and be okay with discomfort, like my parents did, it's hard to maintain such talent in a positive way where it leads to successful outcomes. In fact, in most cases, it's easier to give up and not continue with grit, certainly because when you are so used to getting things done quickly or in an efficient manner or better than anyone else by getting 80% results, B plus level results with 20% effort, 10% effort, and then on and on and on as you get older, recognize that's no longer the case as people combine not only just effort, but effort with talent. You can't simply beat them. And you start getting scared about grit itself. There's an actual genuine fear in your mind that you won't be able to achieve the things with effort, so you might as well not put in effort and go with the status quo, which is no effort and just talent, or no effort with whatever you're born with. This has been certainly the case with the various successful people that I've met in my life. And I'm not talking solely about monetary success. I've met people who are close to billionaires, certainly hundreds of millionaires in my lifetime. I've met professional athletes, people that have done very well in the entertainment industry, famous speakers, pastors, missionaries, people that are in the nonprofit, not money sector, but have also been successful in what they do. The only common trait across all of them, it's not gender, it's not race, it's not what country they're from, their ability, their looks, their height, whatever, the resources, the network that they have. It's truly been grit. These people don't stop at anything to get what they want. And they've all had a wide variety of journeys. Another thing that I recognized very early on as I got into my career is that no one that I value as successful people, or no one I value to people that I look up to, have had traditional paths where no grit was needed. All you have to do was just kind of ride the wave and stick by. In fact, most of those people that have had the same career for 40, 50 years, while admirable in certain ways, sometimes never had to really put in grit. Alternatively, there are those that have become the best in their field, the best doctors, the best bankers, the best lawyers, who inevitably had to have grit because they stayed and remained in that position, even amidst everyone around them quitting. I will bring and tie back what I did wrong early in my career when I quit banking a year and 8 months in, partly because I didn't have grit in that area. Of course, I could complain about the hours. I could complain about finance being dumb and professional services being frustrating. But at the end of the day, it was my lack of grit that didn't allow me to persist. If I understood what I understood now, perhaps I could have remained and beaten it. And even if I didn't become a managing director, I probably could have gotten more out of banking than I did in actuality. In real life examples have spoken to me so many times. I can namely think of 3 mentors in my life who coincidentally are all in the entrepreneur, tech, finance space who have done extensively well. And all of them have taken such untraditional paths. They didn't come from tech backgrounds. They didn't come from finance backgrounds. They didn't come from entrepreneur backgrounds. Some of them have philosophy backgrounds, politics backgrounds, engineering backgrounds, but not even comp sci engineering, long-term PhDs. And yet they've persisted. They've recognized whatever barriers to entry or obstacles that come their way and use their persistence and grit to fight that against it and beat it. And because they've done it once, they've done it twice, and they've done it 3 times, they now know that they can do it for anything. Grit is ultimately the talent or the tool that you need to accomplish anything. The catalyst, the life-changing event, I should say, that kind of led me to be somewhat successful and make me feel like I have grit and I can go a long ways, regardless of what comes my way. Outside of the fact that I built Lego sets when I was 5 for 10 hours straight, was when I lost weight. I gained an incredible amount of weight during college. I'm getting there again because I haven't worked out recently. But I lost 40-ish pounds in 6 months. And that was purely through grit. As someone that enjoys food, especially carbos, hydrates, and didn't really work out during high school, doing workouts, going to the gym, and eating like a normal person were 2 things that really were against what I have always done. It required an insane amount of discomfort. And by seeing results of that continuous grind, that didn't really hit until months later. And I look back and I look at the pictures and I realize, holy crap, 1, I was fat, and 2, I lost a lot of weight. It made me realize I could really do whatever I set my mind to. Content, YouTube is also something that I have done both very gritty things and not gritty things. I've uploaded content consistently for the past 4 years, every Saturday, which you could consider grit. But at the same time, I didn't ride the wave enough where I went against harder tides and tried different things. At the end of the day, it's still me talking in front of the camera. Those 2, I think, combine to become what I call grit, the ability to continuously go towards something without stopping, and then taking harder discomfort strides that other people wouldn't, in combination to take hard strides continuously and become gritted, to become goated. I challenge you, if there's anything in your life that you feel like you're not applying grit to, that you're not being gritty enough, to just go at it for a while. We're not in here for the 3-day, 3-week, 3-month, 3-year plans that I think everyone seems to be having. This world is becoming ever more so short in attention, short in motivation. It's all about spurts of energy. When you look back in 5, 10, 15-year frames, those are the things that really get you to succeed, get you to go to the next level, and become that ambitious, influential, powerful, strong, successful person that you hope to be. Even if that's not what your goal is, even if you're not that ambitious, there are small things that you could apply grit to and become great. I hope this didn't come across as just another pep talk or motivational video about grit. I know there's hundreds of them. This just came from a bottom of the heart, genuine approach of someone who has faded grit for a while and now finally realizing at 25 how important it is. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to become more challenging to myself with these content videos. And as always, I'll see you guys next week. Let's go.